All right, what's going on, guys? This has been trending all over the internet. President Zelensky met with Trump at the White House, and apparently they're saying that Trump kicked him out of the White House. Um, that's what they're saying that happened here. So, so we're I can see how Trump is looking right now. I can see how he's looking like something get ready to go down. Like I don't know why. Like I didn't. This is my first time watching it in its entirety. I watched I watched clips on it, right? But I want to watch it in its entirety. Now, as you know, the U.S. has already given Ukraine a lot of money and things like that to go towards their military, billions of dollars, like in aid and whether it's weapons and stuff like that. So here we go. Here we go right here. Okay. So like this president right here, I can just tell you right now, he's older and he's like me. He's not going to bite his tongue for nobody. Like that's just what it is. But you could see how he's looking though, like something getting ready to go down. You could tell like now, don't get me wrong, hindsight is 2020. Like I've seen the clips already, but he looked like he getting ready to get to it. Um, you said Biden gave him aid. Yeah, but I don't agree with giving him aid and all that. I just don't agree with all that because we need aid over here. What about the people that lost their homes in California? They need some aid too. You see what I'm saying? So I believe in helping us first. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this ain't gonna be no attack Trump over here on my end. You can say what you want though, but I'm not gonna do that over here. You see what I'm saying? I believe in America first and then take care of home first before you take care of everybody else. Now, the fact that we gave him all this money and all this aid and military resources, yeah, man, he need to listen to what we got to say. You see what I'm saying? He need to listen to what we got to say. We don't bow down to him. He needs us more than we need him. So if you're looking for a channel to bash this president, you see what I'm saying? You got to go somewhere else. All right, so let's just get right to it.
Very much. It's an honor to have President Zelensky of Ukraine, and we've been working very hard, very close. And we've actually known each other for a long time. We've been dealing with each other for a long time and very well. We had a little negotiation spat, but that worked out great. I think for both countries, I think for the world, actually, beyond both countries. And we have something that is a very fair deal. And we look forward to getting in and digging and working and getting some of the rare earth. But it means we're going to be inside, and it's a big commitment from the United States. And we appreciate working with you very much. And we will continue to do that. We have had some very good discussions with Russia. I spoke with President Putin, and we're going to try and bring this to a close. It's something that you want and that he wants. We have to negotiate a deal. But we've started the confines of a deal, and I think something can happen. The big thing is the number of soldiers, mostly at this point, but soldiers being killed. They're losing thousands of soldiers. So on both sides, we're losing a lot of soldiers, and we want to see it stop. And we want to see the money get put to different kinds of use, like rebuilding. And we're going to be working very hard. But we've had a lot of very good conversations. I will say until we came along, the Biden administration didn't speak to Russia whatsoever. They didn't speak to anybody. They just allowed this to continue. And I will say that, I'll say in front of you, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, if I were president, this war would have never happened. We would have had a deal negotiated for you without having to go through what you've gone through. But your soldiers have been unbelievably brave. We've given them.
What are you bashing me for? Like I just went live. You don't know me like that. So what you bashing me for? Like I don't get it. I don't get it. What you bashing me for? What I got to do with anything? No, you're not bashing me. You said Trump acts like an animal, no respect. No, 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 no. You got to go, bro. You got to go. So get up out of here, man. All right. So see how easy that is? You come up in here and say something slick, and I just send you to the bushes. So you see how that go, right? So that's real easy. So let's get back to it. See, he didn't think he didn't think I was going to catch that. You see what I'm saying? So I caught it. So yeah, go on to the bushes, man.
Great equipment, but somebody has to use the equipment. They've been unbelievably brave, and we give them great credit. This was supposed to be over very quickly, and here we are 3 years later. So I give tremendous credit to your generals and your soldiers and yourself in the sense that it's been very hard fighting, very tough fighting. They're great fighters, and you have to be very proud of them from that standpoint. But now we want to get it over with. It's enough, right? We want to get it over with. So it's an honor to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. We're going to sign the agreement at the conference in the East Room in a little while, right after lunch. And we'll be having lunch together. We're also discussing some other things. And we appreciate everybody being here. It's somewhat of an exciting moment, but the really exciting moment is when they stop the shooting or we end up with a deal. And I think we're fairly close to getting that. And an honor to have you. And please, I'd like to say something.
No, thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you for invitation. And really, I hope that this first document, will be first step to real security guarantees for Ukraine, our people, our children. I really count on it. And of course, we count that America will not stop support. Really, for us, it's very important to support and to continue it. I want to discuss it with details further during our conversation, and of course, the infrastructure or security guarantees. Because for today, I understand what Europe is ready to do. And of course, I want to discuss with you what United States will be ready to do. And I really count on your strong position to stop Putin. And you said that enough with the war. I think that is very important, Ben, to say these words to Putin at the very beginning of war, because he's a killer and terrorist. But I hope that together we can stop him. But for us, it's very important to save our country, our values, our freedom and democracy, and of course, no compromises with the killer about our territories. But it will be later. And of course, what I wanted, we spoke about it by phone with you about the drones production. We have very good drones production. I think the best one in the world for today because of the war. Yes, and of course, we need very much the air defense. You have the best air defense in the world, and really you helped us under attacks of Russians. And I want to speak how we can exchange the licenses. We're open to share the licenses of all our drones with you, of course, with the United States. And we need licenses for.
Okay. I can see right there, just on the look of Trump, he's not feeling what he's saying. I'm not feeling what he's saying either. Like, let's stop this war, man. He said we don't want no negotiations with this. No, we got to negotiate in order for this thing to be over. Hold on one second. I gotta put on the Bush monitor. Hold on one second. I don't like new people, man. I don't. We don't need no new people over here. Hold on one second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Go ahead and put on this Bush monitor real quick. I should have put it on ahead of time, but I don't have patience for people no more. I don't. I just don't have the patience for you. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Bush monitor activated. Bush monitor armed. All right. Bye. So I don't have to keep letting people go, because I don't like new people, man. Like, we cool over here what we got over here. So that's just what it is. Now, I could tell, because I'm not feeling what he's saying either. So I could tell, but see, he's the type of president where he gonna tell it how we what's on my mind. He just gonna say it. Look, dude, we don't gave you billions of dollars. This shit has to come to an end, sir. It has to come to an end. But I guarantee you, see, here's the thing. We're not going to be giving him no more money and no more resources if he don't sit up here and come to the table and get a deal going. They ain't getting no more resources. They're going to be out back. So what does he want to do? Do he want to end this conflict, or what do he want to do, man? Like, what do you want to do?
Quick production of air defense. Even after the war, we need our nation to be calm, that we are secure. So that's why we need this air shield. And of course, about this, I want to speak about the contingents. I think that France and UK already spoke to you, and we know that Europe is ready, but without the United States, they will not be ready to be as strong as we need. And the last point, last not least, about exchange, about our people and children. And you know that this crazy Russian, that they stolen 20,000 of children, Ukrainian children. They changed their names, they changed their families, relatives, and now they're in Russia. We want to bring them back, and really, it's a big dream, task, and goal for me. And
see, here's the thing: the way he's talking, he don't want no negotiation. He don't want this to end. He don't want this to end, man. He don't want this to end. Yeah, I don't want no new people up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? We rocking with what we got right here. Because I'm already shadow banned and I don't want to deal with nobody else. I don't. Coming up in here, got something always got something to say type of person. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if y'all talk. I'm talking about these new people, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't have no patience. Thank you, Howard, for the donation, by the way. I'm kind of under the weather too. So when I'm under the weather, I don't want to deal with these people. But thank you, Howard. I ain't forget you. Thank you for the donation, Howard. Yeah, man. He don't want no negotiation to end. This is what I want. I don't want them to give them no more money. I want them to give us the money. You know how they thinking about using the Doge reserves to give every taxpayer $5,000? That's what they should be doing. Why are you giving other countries aid for circumcisions? The fuck? That sound like corruption. That sound like somebody getting kickback somewhere. Why are we worried about other country getting circumcisions for? You got homeless people here, yo. Yeah, man, he need to be listening to what we saying. You know what I'm saying? And him not wearing a suit, that's disrespectful in itself, not wearing a suit. But anyway, let's continue.
And our warriors. By the way, Mr. President, we released more than 4,000 warriors from Russian prison, but there are thousands more in the prison. I wanted to share with you some images. How it's just can I now?
Yeah, please.
Some minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Just you to understand in what circumstances, in what situation they are, and what the attitude of Russia to our prisoners. That guys, just you before and after. And you see before and after, just you to understand. Now thousands of such guys, ladies and men, there, and so they don't eat, they beat them, and they do a lot of bad things. So out of, even during the war, there are rules. Everybody knows there are rules during the war. So these guys, they don't have any rules. You see that 50, 60 kilograms left, and a lot of such things. And I didn't want to show you what the changes with images of children, because I will share with you. And I mean, it's looking tragic.
Yep, that's tough stuff.
I wanted very much to give you, and you see it.
Yeah.
This is pastor, by the way. They stolen pastors because it's not Russian church. They stolen pastors and moved pastors to the prison. We, at the end of last year, we brought 3 pastors, and we could exchange them. and this is Pastor.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, so I mean, this I wanted to,
That's
to
right.
show you and this. So thank you very much.
We want to get that ended, right?
Yeah, of course, we
And I
want.
think we will. I think we will. And
We have to, of course.
do you have any questions, please?
Will you continue to ask Mr. President?
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. With the, how much money is the U.S. going to put into the fund that is being created today? And how does this provide long-term security for Ukraine?
Well, we don't know exactly how much because we're going to be putting some money in a fund that we're going to get from the raw earth that we're going to be taking and sharing in terms of revenue. So it's going to be a lot of money will be made from the sale and from the use of raw earth. And as you know, our country doesn't have much raw earth. We have a lot of oil and gas, but we don't have a lot of the raw earth. And what we do have is protected by the environmentalists, but that can be unprotected, but still it's not very much. They have among the best in the world in terms of raw earth. So we're going to be using that, using it for all of the things we do, including AI and including weapons and the military. And it's really going to very much satisfy our needs. So it's something that just worked out really well. We have a lot of oil and we have a lot of gas. We have a lot, but we don't have raw earth. So this has just about every component of the raw earth that we need for computers, for all of the things we do. This puts us in great shape.
Long-term security for Ukraine. How does this provide?
I think they're going to have great luck. I think once we make the agreement, that's going to be 95% of it. They're not going to go back to fighting. I've spoken with President Putin, and I feel very strong. I've known him for a long time, and I feel very strongly that they're very serious about it, and we'll make a deal. And when the deal is made, I don't think we talk about security. Everyone's talking about the other day. All they talked about was security. I said, let me make the deal first. I have to make the deal first. I don't worry about security right now. We have to have a deal because right now, last week, 2,000 soldiers died on both sides, 2,000, and they're losing 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a week. So as we sit here and we talk, people are getting shot and dying on the battlefield. And, you know, they're not American soldiers, but they're Russian soldiers and they're Ukrainian soldiers, and we want to be able to stop it. And we want to be able also to spend money on other things. We don't want to, this is a tremendous amount of money. And what the Biden administration did was terrible. They were giving money, but he had no security on the money. Europe, as you know, gave much less money, but they had security. It was in the form of a loan. They get their money back, and we didn't. And now at least we're protected because the American taxpayer has to be protected too. But this is an incredible agreement for Ukraine because we have a big investment in their country now. And what they have, very few people have. And we're able to really go forward with very, very high-tech things and many other things, including weaponry that we're going to use in many locations, but that we need for our country. This allows us to do that.
Will you continue?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I?
Military aid.
Yes, go ahead, please.
If
Yeah.
I can just, yes. In the document, there is one of the very important points. If we speak about business and investment, we never had LNG terminals in Ukraine. This document will open. I mean, the next document, but anyway, here we see in the framework, we see a really goodwill for this. LNG terminals for us is very important, and I think for security of European continent. We have the biggest storage, gas storage. We have the biggest in Europe. Yes, and we can use it for LNG, use it for LNG, and we will do it. And really, we can help Europe because Europe really helped. President Trump said that they made less support, but they have our friends and they are our very supportive partners. They really gave a lot, Mr. President.
They did.
Really, they did.
They gave a lot, but they gave much less.
No,
Much less.
no, elite, no,
Don't argue with it.
no.
Okay.
Okay.
He not being buffaloed around, yo. He not. He said y'all gave much less. He's right about that. They did. We benefited off helping them none. We got people over here that don't got burned out of their homes. Where's their money at? They're being offered. People are being. They're being offered to sell their land right now. They need to build their houses back. So they need the billions of dollars. And the people in North Carolina. And he's sitting up there laughing. He know. He's like, no, we haven't benefited from this. But they about to now. Unless if we start helping Russia, then Ukraine is done. At that point, they're done. So they need to come to some type of resolution here today. But they didn't know, because I guess he got this was the beginning of because Vance went off on him too. So this is the beginning of it right here. I didn't see the whole thing, but this is the beginning of it.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President Trump, you have repeatedly called the deal with Ukraine as a historical one. And as a president of the United States, you make historical decisions in other issues which affect America and other world. So what place in the world history do you want to take? And do you associate yourself with any famous historical figures?
Yeah, I'd say George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. I would say I'm far superior to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Now, you know I'm only kidding, right? Because when I say that, the fake news is going to go wild. They're going to say he considers himself to be better than Washington. But you never know. You never know. I don't compare myself to anybody. I'm here to do a job. We've had a great 35 days or whatever it might be, a month, a little more than a month. We've accomplished tremendous amounts. Not only this would be a very great achievement if we could get the war stopped and get them back to normalization. I think that's going to happen. We've had very good talks on both sides, as you know, but I think we've done a very good job just generally. If you look at all of the things we've done in 30 days, they're saying there's never been a opening for a president. The first month, there's never been a first month like we've had. And this is one of the very important things. This, to me, is one of the most important things, because we have tremendous death taking place as we speak. And I don't want to have that. You know, think of the parents, whether they're in Russia or Ukraine, think of the parents of all these people being killed needlessly.
They came to our territory.
Should have never started. This would have, if I were president, this would have never started.
Mr. President, will you continue sending military aid to Ukraine after the U.S. signs this agreement with Ukraine?
Yeah, we're going to be continuing.
President Zelensky, do you feel like the U.S. is on your side, that President Trump is on your side at this moment?
What do you think?
He wants to know, do you think that, sort of a stupid question, because I guess we wouldn't be here if I wasn't. But
I think that the United States on our side from the very beginning of occupation.
You see, I like that right there. Yeah, that's a stupid question. If we weren't trying to do something, he wouldn't be here. Dumbass. Like, see, I like that right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of talk. You know, this is the kind of transparency I want to see the meeting. Now, sometimes the meeting isn't always going to work out the way they want it to, but they can always meet again. Well, he didn't stay for lunch. That's not a big deal. He didn't stay for lunch. He should have wore a suit, for one thing. I would have been like, look, man, you got to have a suit on. You want to come up in this here Oval Office, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, actually, that's not a big deal. He's okay. He's in like military garb. So that's okay. But yeah, we're not going to sit up here and keep giving them aid and they not trying to end this thing. That's a lot of people dying per week, man, on both sides. That's a lot.
And I think that President Trump on our side, and of course, I'm sure that United States president will not stop support. This is crucial for us. It's important for us. Yes. And Putin, the president, speaks about the people and the soldiers which are dying, but they came to our territory. They came to our land. They began this war, and they have to stop. And I think this is the question, was really the most important question. can President Trump, I hope yes, with some other allies to stop Putin, withdraw these enemies, our enemy, withdraw these troops from our land. And I think that you asked about the history, I think that if President or when he will stop Putin, if President Trump will bring peace to our country, I think he will be on this wall.
We've had very, very good talks.
What about military aid to Ukraine?
President Zelensky just said that there'd be no compromises with Vladimir Putin. I just wanted to ask both of you. Firstly, are there compromises that you think that President Zelensky is going to have to make? And President Zelensky, is there anything that you think that you may be able to offer or bring to the table, for example, elections? Thank you.
I think you're going to have to always make compromises. You can't do any deals without compromises. So certainly he's going to have to make some compromises, but hopefully they won't be as big as some people think you're going to have to make. That's all. It's all we can do. I'm here as an arbitrator, as a mediator to a certain extent between two parties that have been very hostile. To put it mildly, they've been very hostile. This has been a vicious war. This has been a vicious war. You know, it's a very level battlefield, and those bullets go out. And as I've said many times, we were talking about it with Pete, many times the only thing stopping those bullets is a human body. And in the case we're talking about, generally young human bodies are stopping a lot of bullets. It's dead level. That's why it's great farmland. It's great land. It's great farmland, but there's very little protection against the bullets that are being, and other things that are being shot. So all I can do is see if I can get everybody at the table and get an agreement. And I think we're going to end up with an agreement. Otherwise, I wouldn't probably be even here today.
Mr. President, I got two questions for you. You think ultimately your legacy will be the peacemaker and not the president that led this country into another war and ended foreign wars? Then I've got a question.
I hope it will. I mean, I hope I'm going to be remembered as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing if we could do this. I'm doing this to save lives more than anything else. Second is to save a lot of money, but I consider that to be far less important. So I hope I'm going to, thank you, Brian, for that question. It was a nice question. I hope I'll be known and recognized as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing to solve. This is a very dangerous situation. You know, this could lead to a third world war. This was headed in the wrong direction. If this election were lost, if we didn't win this election, and by the way, we won it by a lot. That was a mandate. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. We won everything. The districts, you look at the areas of red, take a look at a map. This was a big mandate. And this was one of the things I said, we're going to get this thing settled. If we didn't win, I think this could have very well ended up in a third world war. And that would not have been a good situation. What was your second question?
My second question for President Zelensky.
No.
Why don't you wear a suit?
Why?
Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you own a suit?
Yeah, you have problems.
See, the reporter, that I promise y'all that wasn't me. If I was there, I would have said that to him. How come you don't have a suit on? You at the Oval Office. This is the highest office in the world. You ain't got no suit on? Where's your suit, man? Hold up, Josh. What are you doing, Josh? Okay, so Josh, that's crazy. I had to send a member to the bushes. I had to send you to the bushes, Josh, because you're gonna sit up here and try to. And I'm under the weather too. So, and you sitting up here trying to spam. Okay. So that's what I said. Well, where's the suit at? Where's the suit? Like, where's the suit? And Trump, he was thinking that too. Like, you ain't got no suit on. That's disrespectful. Let's see what he say.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting
I don't
the
have
authority of
such.
this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe Well,
Maybe something
maybe
like this.
something like
Yes,
yours,
sir.
yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper than, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, President Trump. You said
Mr.
yesterday.
President, are you going to send more arms to Ukraine in case there's no peace?
Yeah, we're going to have arms to Ukraine, yeah, sure. Hopefully I won't have to send very much because hopefully we're going to have it finished. We're looking forward to finishing this quickly. We're not looking forward to sending a lot of arms. We're looking forward to getting the war finished so we can do other things. But we very much appreciate the agreement because we needed what they had. And we're treating, our country is now treated fairly. Biden didn't do that. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. This should have never happened. This should have never started. But, sure, the answer is yes, but hopefully we won't have to send much because I'm looking forward to getting it done quickly, very quickly.
Does that mean to provide security guarantees, Mr. President?
I don't want to talk about security yet because I want to get the deal done. You fall into the same trap like everybody else. A million times you said over and over. I want to get the deal done. Security is so easy. That's about 2% of the problem. I'm not worried about security. I'm worried about getting the deal done. The security is the easy part. Security is very nice. Everybody stopped shooting. And now will Europe put people there? I know France is going to. I know the UK is going to. I know other countries are going to, and they happen to be right next door. We haven't committed, but we could conceivably. We have security in a different form. We'll have workers there digging, taking the raw earth so that we can create a lot of great product in this country. So in that sense, you have something, but we haven't determined that yet. I will say, in speaking to France and in speaking to, and they were here, as you know, last week and just the other day, they have committed to a lot of security. I don't think you're going to need much security. I think once this deal gets done, it's over. Russia's not going to want to go back, and nobody's going to want to go back.
President
When
Trump is
this
shaking
deal ends, I really believe this deal is going to be over.
Well,
Question? Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Macron and Keir Starmer at the White House this past week, both of whom praised your courage and conviction to lead the pathway towards peace.
Yes.
Part of that involved, though, re-engaging with Russia in diplomatic relations, something that previous leaders lacked the conviction to do so. What gave you the moral courage and conviction to step forward and lead that?
Well, I love this guy. Who are you with?
One American News, sir.
Well, that's why I like him. One American News does a great job. I like the question. I think it's a very good question. It's a pathway to peace. It's a pathway to getting something solved. And I feel that as the head of this country, I have an obligation to do that. Plus, we're very much involved. We got involved. It's too bad we got involved because there should have been no involvement because there should have been no war. And there shouldn't have been October 7th. That would have never happened. As you know, Iran was broke. They had no money to give to Hezbollah. They had no money to give to Hamas. They were stone cold broke. And then under Biden, they became rich as hell. They went from no money to $300 billion in a period of 4 years. And they gave a lot of that money away. And you see what happened. And that's a real mess also that we hope to be able to solve. But no, I appreciate your question very much. It's just, I feel I have an obligation to try and do something to stop the death.
If I can answer, yes, if I can answer,
Please,
sorry,
go ahead.
please.
And I do like your clothing, by the way.
Yeah, really?
Even though I think he's a
Yeah,
great guy,
yeah,
by the
yeah.
way. But I don't know if you two like each other, but you know what? I think
No,
he's
no,
dressed, I think he's
why?
dressed
I like
beautifully.
this guy. I don't know
I think
him.
he's dressed beautifully.
So I have more serious things than answer on such
Yes,
questions.
that's a
I will
good-
answer on more serious
good
questions if
statement.
I can.
Yes.
Yeah, so please, about security guarantees and about just ceasefire. We can't just speak about ceasefire and speak. It will not work. Just ceasefire will never work because I'm like a president. I have this experience, and not only me. Ukraine before my presidency, from the 2014, Putin broken 25 times. 25 times he broken his own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke to me.
No, you were the president.
He
You
never
were the
broke-
president
He
during.
never broke to me.
In 2016, you've been the president, Mr. President. You've been the president, but he he had, of course, not with you, but he had during those periods, he had conversations with our side. And we had Normandy format, the France, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia. And he broken 25 times. That's why we will never accept just ceasefire. It will not work without security guarantees. Security guarantees, maybe President is right.
There's not going to be a deal, folks. He just said it. First of all, he was like, we're not going to agree to just a ceasefire. That's not happening. Okay. Okay. Well, it ain't gonna be no deal. I can tell y'all that right now, because he still wants military aid to be sent in so he can little by little beat Russia. He's in it for the long haul. Like Trump said, there's thousands of dying every week. He's in it for the long haul. So that's just what it is. Yeah, no minerals, no money. He don't want us to dig either. He don't want us to dig for minerals. He don't. At this point, I don't think it's gonna be no deal, man. So I would agree that they should just cut all aid off from them then. Just cut all the aid off and then have them come back.
About this document and other, but this document is not enough. Strong army is enough. Because his soldiers afraid, Putin's soldiers afraid of our soldiers when we're strong enough. If we are not strong enough, if we are empty, if our storage is empty, we can't defend our land. Today, he knows that we have all the world knows that we have meeting. Yes, why he's using ballistic? Putin today using ballistic on our hospitals, schools, and it says ballistic. So he knows that we are here and that President Trump is really have goodwill to stop this war. And you hear now the president. So why he's using? So he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want. But I hope that we will do it. Really, we'll do it. Security, when we speak about security guarantees, when the Europeans are ready for contingents, they need USA backstop. If there will not be United States, we will not never have any contingents, strong contingents from the Europeans, because they don't want to divide alliance connection between the United States and the main and strongest ally and Europeans. And this is crucial. This is important. That's what we want to speak about very much. This is very important. And air defense. So air defense, really, we have big deficit with all these systems, and we need to provide this. We need it very much. Otherwise, Putin will never stop and will go further and further. He doesn't want. He hates us. It's not about me. He hates Ukrainians. He thinks that we are not a nation. He thinks, and he shared these thoughts, I think maybe with your team also, I don't know. But with all the Europeans in media, officially and not, he always said that there is no such country, such nation, such language, and such life like Ukrainian. No, he really doesn't respect all the Ukrainians, and he wants to destroy us. And you are right, Mr. President, that's 2%. This document, maybe other documents, it's a very good start, very good, but it will not enough to stop this person.
Should Russia change its
Mr. President, may I have one more question, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
I asked President
They have to
Zelensky
pay.
this question. He
This
didn't
is
like
the rule.
because-
This is the rule of the
because I-
war. This is the rule of the war. During all the centuries, all the history, this is the rule of the war. Who began those pay. This is the rule. Putin began this war. He has to pay all money for innovation. He has to pay. Of course, some Russian assets, what we have in Europe, about 300 billion, we can use them. We can use for innovation and buy military support from the United States also. We can do it, but it's not enough. It's
Mr.
not enough.
President, I asked this question that you didn't like because I wanted to know.
Go ahead, please. Wait 1 second.
I asked this question that you didn't like because I wanted to know if you want to position yourself in the middle between Russia and
Yes,
Ukraine
I
or
do.
on the Ukraine side.
No, I'm in the middle. I want to solve this thing. I'm for both. I want to get it solved. And it's wonderful to speak badly about somebody else, but I want to get it solved. If we can solve it, great. If we can't solve
See, he said he's in the middle. He's not on either side. He's in the middle. And you see how that guy face look. He wants America just to be on their side to attack Russia. That will start World War III. That will. So Putin is okay with us being in the middle. Like, look, y'all got to come to some type of resolution, and that's it. No, we're not going to be on Ukraine's side or Russia's side. We got to be in the middle to try to mediate this to stop it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if he don't want to play ball, then go ahead and fight him by yourself. I don't want to send you no aid. Fight him by yourself then. That's it.
it, they're going to have to fight it out, and who knows what's going to happen. But I want to see it get solved.
May I follow up? One more question about U.S. troops in Europe. After Russian invasion of Ukraine, your predecessor sent additional troops to Eastern Europe, including Poland, my country.
Yeah.
Are you committed to keeping these troops on the eastern flank of NATO in the future?
I'm very committed to Poland. I think Poland has really stepped up and done a great job for NATO. They, as you know, they paid more than they had to. They are one of the finest groups of people I've ever known. I'm very committed to Poland.
What about Baltics?
Poland's in a tough neighborhood, you know.
What about the Baltics?
The Baltics, they got a lot of, it's a tough neighborhood too, but we're committed. We're going to be very committed, and we're committed to NATO. But NATO has to step up, and the Europeans have to step up more than they have. And I want to see them equalize, because they are in for far less than we're in, and they should be at least equal. You understand that? Why is the United States, we have an ocean in between. Why is the United States in for so much more money and other things as Europe? With that being said, and as you said, they've also been obviously very helpful, but we have put in far more than they have. And I think they should equalize.
Mr. President,
Yeah, please, go ahead.
About the agreement again today, what changed between the first time that Secretary Bessent gave President Zelensky the agreement and today for the signing?
We made a deal. So
What was it?
I'm
Was there a
just-
deciding factor, or was there-
I'm a business person. We made a deal. That's what changed.
I
I didn't think we were going to make a deal. And we ended up making the deal. So that changed, you
Mr.
know.
President, what and how do you envision a trilateral summit with President Zelensky and?
I don't know, but it's, well, they don't like each other. I can tell you that. Okay. They do not like each other. This is not a love match. And it's unfortunate. That's why you're in this situation. The United States should not have allowed this to happen. Okay? The United States, run by a man that didn't know much, I'm going to be very nice, run by an incompetent person, very incompetent person, should never have allowed this to happen. I've stopped wars. I've stopped many wars. My people will tell you, I stopped wars that nobody ever heard about. I stopped wars before they ever started. You can look at some of, I could give you a lot of nations that would tell you right now they were probably going to war. I could tell you right now there's a nation thinking about going to war on something that nobody in this room has ever even heard about. Two smaller nations, but big, still big. And I think I've stopped it. But this should have never happened.
Mr. President.
Sorry, just a second. About any negotiations. First of all, I want really to tell you, and I think that everybody understands that Ukraine, more than Ukrainians, nobody wants to stop this war. But at the future, any negotiations, it's understandable that two sides of the war, not Russia and the United States, because this is not the war between Russia and the United States. This is a war of Russia against Ukraine and Ukrainian people. So these two sides will be at the anyway will be at the negotiation table. Then of course United States, like the strongest partner of the Ukraine, and of course Europe. I think Europe is very important. I want to speak about it with the president. Yes, Europe is very important for us because we really defend Europe for today. All Europeans really recognize that we are defending the line, and they have real life, and our people are dying. That's why they helped us. And also, it's about the NATO. Yes, between, like the president said, you have big nice ocean. Yes, between us. But if we will not stay, Russia will go further to Baltics and to Poland, by the way. But first to the Baltics. It's understandable for them because they've been in the USSR. You know, they've been one of the republics of the USSR, and Putin wants to bring them back to his empire. It's a fact. And when he will go there, if we will not stay, you will fight. Your American soldiers, it doesn't matter, do you have ocean or not, your soldiers will fight.
Mr. President, would you be willing to visit Ukraine, maybe Kyiv or Odessa, which is going to be a very Euro Black Sea?
It was my question.
Sorry.
I don't want to talk about Odessa now. Let's not talk about Odessa. I want to talk about making a deal, getting peace. We don't have to talk about Odessa, but a lot of cities have been destroyed. There are a lot of cities that are not recognizable. There's not a building standing.
No.
And
you
a lot of
have to come,
things have
Mr.
to
President, you have to come and to look. No. We have very good cities. Yes, a lot of things been destroyed, but mostly cities alive and people work and children go to school. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes closer to front line, children have to go to underground schools or online, but we live. Ukraine is fighting and Ukraine lives. This is very important. And maybe it's Putin is sharing this information that he destroyed us. No, he lost 700,000 people, 700,000 soldiers. He lost everything. Yes. So,
Mr. President, when did you last speak?
one more.
when-
I
when-
mentioned
Mr.
Poland.
President, thank you.
Please,
Mr.
go ahead.
President, when did you last speak with President Putin? And what did he say that?
A couple
gave-
of days ago.
And what did he tell you that gave you the assurance that he wanted peace?
Well, that's what I do. My whole life is deals. I know pretty good. And I've known him for a long time. I've dealt with him for a long time. He had to suffer through the Russia hoax. You know, Russia was a hoax. It was all Biden. It was nothing to do with him. So he had to suffer through that, and he was able to do that. I think that he wants to make a deal, and he'd like to see it end. That's all I do. That's what I do. My whole life, that's what I do is make deals. And I'm in the middle of a mess because this is a real mess. It's a very dangerous one. If this doesn't get solved now, it's not going to get solved for a long time. So I hope we're going to get it solved. In the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister Starmer claimed repeatedly that his government believes in free speech and was not engaged in censorship. But his country's government arrests people for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on its behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy partner when he says things that are demonstrably false on such an important topic?
Well, we actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very, very much too far. JD was very strong on it. So was I. So was Marco. And we've been speaking to him about it. Marco, would you like to say something about that?
We have concerns, obviously, with the conduct of various, particularly as it impacts Americans. And there's real concern that American speech, which is online, could fall into the hands of the British or any country's jurisdiction. And so this is a point the Vice President made in Munich, and I think it's a very compelling one that unites us with Europe as much as anything else is these shared values, and one of them being free speech. And so if Americans are threatened by it, we're going to need to take action in that regard.
Mr. President,
It's actually a very important question.
We spoke about this in detail with the Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, and others at lunch yesterday. And I know that Secretary of Commerce Lutnick followed up in private meetings last night. This is really important. We believe Americans have the right to speak their mind, even if we in this room disagree with them. They have the right to speak their mind in the public square, which is often online these days. And we're going to defend that right as it pertains to American companies and American citizens vigorously if we have to. I do think that under the president's leadership, we're going to find common ground with our friends in the UK on this question, but it remains to be seen. The principle that will guide us is we believe in free speech in this country and we'll fight for it for American citizens.
Mr. President, on the deal, is there any other oil and gas component to the deal? Is it all
A
critical?
little bit, we'll see.
On LNG?
But we're not really looking for that so much. We got a lot. We have more than anybody in the world by far. So no, we're not talking about it too much, but a little bit. I think it affects also, but for the most part, no.
And sir, is there any agreement from Ukraine to purchase US LNG? as part of the deal, or is
No.
that on the table at all?
No,
Mr. President,
we don't need that.
Mr. President, I just wanted to ask you about, you just mentioned that you'd spoken to Vladimir Putin a couple of days ago. Just to be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you were.
I've spoken to him on numerous occasions.
Okay. And how was the latest call? And what did you discuss? How did it go?
Are you serious with that question?
I am. I'd love to know.
It went well. I think we're going to have a deal.
On the minerals deal, Mr. President, some of those minerals are in the east of Ukraine, not far from the front lines and in areas that Russia.
A very good question. Thank you so
Will you
much.
direct President Putin to withdraw his forces from those areas if there's U.S. interest?
Well, we'll take a look at the time. We have a lot of area. It's a very big area we're talking about. So we'll take a look. I'll study that and I'll see.
And who would protect those minerals if they are U.S. interest? Would that be Ukrainian?
They'll be
forces,
protected. The
European
agreement will protect them.
forces, US
The
forces?
agreement, yeah, we're signing an agreement. You know?
Right, but what if Russia tries to invade or orders Russian aggression in those spots?
I just told you, I don't think that's going to happen. And if that were going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal. If I thought that was going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal.
Some people may wonder
You know,
why-
they ought to focus on CNN on survival, not asking me these ridiculous questions. Right. Focus on surviving because CNN's got such low ratings. I don't think they're going to survive. Let's go. Yeah, please, go ahead.
One more. Since I already mentioned Poland. Poland was under Russian control for decades after the Second World War. When I was a kid, I looked at the United States not only as a most powerful country, richest country in the world, the country that has great music, great movies, great muscle cars, but also as a force for good. And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe.
The thing is, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how a deal is going to get done. He said muscle cars, rare, right? I don't see how they have hate for each other, and it's like they just want to fight to the death until nobody's left, man. Like, that's just what it is. Okay, well, kill X. But what about the people in the United States that need help? You know what I'm saying? Since you're saying we trying to strong arm, somebody got a strong arm. We got to be first, and we got to benefit off of it. Period. We got to benefit off of it. Okay, if you think if it sounds like he's being strong armed, so be it. Okay, what you want them to fight to the death? It got to be a deal made somewhere. But guess what, though? He don't want no deal made. I guarantee you he don't. He don't want to make no deal with Putin. He want to destroy him. And he want to destroy him once and for all. That's what he want to do. He said, and look, Southern said, I want reparations. Yeah, what about the cash back that we gave him? So yeah, man. You said I agree because Zelensky has stored some money for himself when he has to leave. Okay, then. Well, tell him to give the money back that he stored for himself then. And then we're gonna keep strong arming him. So yeah, he has a right to be strong armed. Okay? I know a lot of you're talking some of the same sentiments that people are saying online. Oh, he's strong arming him. Oh, how embarrassing. Well, this man don't pocket some money for himself. So he need to be strong armed. Okay. You talking about how Vance got at him too, because we about to get to that. Vance really got on him. You know what I'm saying? He got his young bull got on him. So yeah. So he need to be strong armed and change his vibrations need to change. Or we don't give him no more money. And then if we don't give him no more money and arms, then Putin is for sure gonna take Ukraine, for sure. So let that happen then. Okay. You said Biden wait a minute, what'd you say? Obama gave them blankets. Listen, man, ain't no more blankets. Okay. They have to come to a deal. You know how many people are dying over there? They have to come to a deal, but they don't like each other. Okay. So I don't know how they're going to come to a deal. I think the deal is over now. Like that deal that Trump was talking about. Now that Zelensky left, he didn't want to stay for the luncheon. I think the deal is over. So at this point, don't give them no more money. Don't give them no more money, no more arms. They're on their own. And then next thing you know, it might become part of Russia again. Because we were helping them. So if he don't want to come to the table and come up with a deal to stop this fighting, then we don't help him no more. That's it.
I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough, but you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question. Yeah, please.
I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir.
I got to rewind that because Vance, let me say something. Mr. President, the president's like, yeah, that's my young bull right there. I'm training him and shit. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I got yo, it's some new vibrations up in there now. You know what I'm saying? Some new vibration up in there. Let's look how Trump, look, he was proud of it too.
But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question. Yeah, please.
I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 is
Well, 2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but,
That's exactly
but
right.
yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people are been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire, all of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong.
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for
Have you
trying to
ever
bring
been-
an end to this
Have
conflict.
you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Trump is loving this because he got a vice president that like got his back, yo. He like, okay, I could sit back and let him, let him talk a little bit, because we haven't heard from Vice President Harris in damn near 4 years, man. Where was she at the whole time, man? Why didn't she come up with a deal? You see what I'm saying? Where was she at? She need to be doing that.
Once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful
I will answer.
to come to the Oval Office
I
of
will
the United
answer.
States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't know
God
that.
bless. You
Don't-
will not
you
have
gotta-
a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right.
See, now we're seeing who he truly is now. He just want the money, and he just want to come up in there, get some photo ops like he's been doing for the past 4 years, get his money and go home. Nah, man. Nah, don't tell us how we gonna feel. He said Kamala should have did something, and now she's coming here to California to become a governor. Good luck with y'all. I hope she do become y'all governor. So then y'all could finally, because y'all on the west, like, now I ain't gonna say nothing about my West Coast massive, because all y'all don't think that way. But let me just say this: she's not gonna become the governor. She's not, yo. I don't think so. It's gonna be the other person. She's not gonna become the governor, man. After what she did when she was in power there before, nah, she's not becoming governor. She almost lost the state, but she just won those precincts that mattered. But she almost lost the state. Half the state is red. Yeah, she's not winning California, bro, fam. I just thought about that. Yeah, see, he wants money. He wants to go there, do some photo ops, smile, and call us suckers and get the money. Like, yeah, I got the money from these suckers. Nah, not with Vance and Trump sitting there. That's not happening. You're going to make a deal, we ain't going to give you shit. I just said that so y'all could come out the bushes. That's why I said it, Southern Breeze, because I want to see how the Californians really think. Y'all not going for her, yo. I know, Bill. Bill, don't mind what I said. Don't mind what I just wanted to see where y'all was at with it. That's all. Oh man, I just wanted to see where y'all. Listen, California don't play, and California remembers what she did. So, yeah. So that's what I want to say about California. California already know what time it is. California don't even. It don't even need. Y'all don't even need to. We don't even need to discuss it. California got their own politics there. You see what I'm saying? Where you have to live in California to understand the politics. Okay, I know that because I visited there. You have to live there to understand it. You see what I'm saying? You got to live there and understand it. And me being an outsider, I can't talk on Cali politics. I can only listen to y'all on how y'all feel about her. But I know some of my people like, nah, yo, she not winning, man. We know what her aspirations are. We know. No. I wouldn't think, though, that she would run for governor anyway. She's already been vice president. I wouldn't think she would run for governor. I would think that she would try to run for president again, or write some books, or go in the private sector, like doing speaking engagements. But we'll see. But unless she can broker a deal and come up with a way for people to build their homes again, that could be a way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she could say, look, I got Trump's ear. You know what I'm saying? I could work with Trump in the White House to see how we can get your homes built. That's the only way I could see her winning. And then he would have to endorse it for her to win that. To say, yes, we are going to build your homes back better than ever. She would have to run on that. But not only that, she would have to make good on her promises. But the only problem is, how are y'all going to be able to trust her, though, to make good on her promise? See, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, don't give her any idea. Because look, she could be like, you know what? Let me talk to Trump. Because that's the only way I could see her winning it. She could go on that right there. Like, look, Mr. President, we need these homes built, but can you work through me with it? When I would become governor, we could rebuild, not only rebuild the property, but rebuild their property how it was. She would win. She definitely would win. And find a way to clean up the forest floors. Because I didn't know that was a thing, but it is a thing. And that's the only way I could see her doing that. And then if she's successful in rebuilding California, check this out. Listen to me. If she's successful in rebuilding California, she might become the president. She might be. Then she can run for president now. And now she would have an opportunity if she was to rebuild. But don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to give her no I don't want to give her no because if she come out with that, y'all gonna be like, Max, man. Then she talking about rebuilding. I mean, that's what the any candidate's supposed to be talking about. They're supposed to be talking about rebuilding California. And I mean, yes, you guys are used to the Santa Ana winds and you're used to fires, but how can we mitigate it to make it, I don't know. Let me stop, CZ. Y'all saying, Max, come on, bro. Look, y'all where y'all throw the tomatoes at me? He said, nah, blood, please don't speak that into where the tomatoes at? Y'all throw the tomatoes. Then I'll stop. I don't see no tomatoes yet. I don't see y'all better throw them because I'm going to keep saying it. Where's the tomatoes at? CZ, throw a tomato. Then I'll change the subject. I don't know if y'all know that. That's how we change the subject. You got to throw some tomatoes. Okay, cool. Malik threw them. Okay. Yeah, but Malik the only one. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got A-Will to Jolly. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, just me. Y'all have spoken. Yeah, you got to throw the tomatoes. I thought y'all knew that. That's like our little thing. Well, maybe y'all didn't. We used to do that back in the day. When it comes to her.
From the very beginning of the war,
You're not
Mr.
in a
Brown,
good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards. But
cards.
right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You're
gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting,
You said thank
Even
you.
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October.
He said you went to campaign for the ops. Oh my God, I love these two, man. He said you campaigned for the ops. Yo, where they get these two at, man? Where do we get these two at, man? From the streets? Like, where do we fucking get these two from? Where do we get these two from, man? Look, they got suits on, but they gangster, man. Where do we get these two from, man? Yeah, anytime I start talking that Kamala stuff, just throw some tomatoes. Look, look, guys, even Kill X had to clutch the pearls. Even Kill X had to cut the pearls on that one. Yeah, me too. Thank you, CZ, for the blessing. You said, in my opinion, we need to see this because Zelensky was looking for handouts. But see, here's the problem. Trump wanted to give it to him. He was okay with it, but he needed to come with a deal so it can be over with. Okay, Matt, he's an ex-Marine. I know Vance is, yeah. I know Vance is an ex-Marine. But what happened was they was going to give him the money, right? But they want a deal for this to be over with. They're losing thousands of people on both sides every single week. Okay? So they want to come up with a deal like, look, and then we want to dig too. Let us dig. He don't want us digging in his own land. He don't want that. Okay, now that the war is over, now y'all digging. He don't want that. He want us to continue to provide security, okay? And that's it. And give us the money and let him deal with how he want to deal with it. Nah, yo, it ain't working that way. It ain't working that way. You come here to get money and then you leave and do what you want to do with it. No, it ain't working that way. If you don't come up with a deal, it ain't nothing. And keep it macking, man. That's right, A. Will.
Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
Guys, where do they get these two from, man? He said, well, you're doing a lot of talking. You're doing a lot of talking. All right. First of all, you didn't come up here wearing no suit. You didn't wear no suit and all that. And you're doing a lot of talking. His vibration is changing right now in front of everybody. Oh, let me go back.
You think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment.
$350 billion. Oh no, sir. You need to stop talking. You need to stop talking, man. Your vibration got to change. See, that's all. He giving a little step. His vibration got to change. 350 billion.
And you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment,
if
you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times thank you to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on out here. I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long.
I'm in agreement with that. We needed to see this. 350 billion? Yeah, he wants more. That's why he's there. Yeah, he wants more. 350 billion. And also the reason why they're sustaining themselves is because of the military aid. That's why. 350 billion. He put his business on front, even though we knew it was in the billions. We knew it was 350. We knew that. Van said, you couldn't even say thank you. Damn, yo, what's up with these people, man?
You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers. Listen, you're
please,
running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire
guarantees.
because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That
It
wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what.
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
nation- it
That was
wasn't
with
you.
a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your-
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful.
Yo, this is classic. I didn't know it was this good. He gave him sheets. Like what are you talking about, Mr. Brett? What do you mean he gave him sheets? Blankets, you mean? He said sheets, but you know, he's from the New York area. We call them sheets. We don't call blanket, we call them sheets. That's what we call them. Like he gave him sheets. That's the slang. This like we don't say you don't fall on the ground, you fall on the floor. He said Obama gave you sheets. You know, we gave you javelins. Oh my God, yo.
Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
What if
He meant the vibrations had to change. That's all he had to say, the vibrations. He said it'll be hard. He right about that. The attitudes do have to change. They neither one of them want to stop fighting. But like, look, bro, we're not going to give you no more money. Okay? We're not going to if you don't let us dig over there, we're not giving you no more money. And we're not offering no security, no more military aid. And I guarantee you his vibrations will change. I guarantee, because he'll be fixing to lose his country now. Then Russia to go ahead and take the country. So he don't want that.
Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia, the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And you're
Oh my God, yo. Guys, I didn't know it was this bad. He said, I empowered you to be a tough guy. But I don't know if you're going to be a tough guy without the United States. Yo, he just sunned him. He sunned him, man. He just yo, this was bad, yo. No wonder he walked. No, Trump didn't kick him out of there. He walked out. He didn't kick him out. I just saw the reports. And somebody please tell me what's happening with the Pope, man. Is the Pope all right, y'all? If somebody find out if the Pope is all right, man. They got the Pope held up somewhere, and then somebody said they're going to announce his death Monday. Guys, is the Pope all right, man? Somebody tell me if the Pope is all right, man. His Holiness, man. Yo, he got mossed. Hold on, Mr. President. What?
Guy. And I don't think you'd be if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television. I will say that. All right, we'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thank you.
He said, "We'll see what we can do about putting it together. We'll see." Dude, you just sunned him in front of the whole world. He just sunned the Ukrainian president. He said, "I empowered you to be a tough guy." He said, "I empowered you to be a tough guy." Okay? But you ain't gonna. You said the Pope is dead, but they are hiding it. Yeah, but what's going on with the Pope, man? They saying the Pope, what they do with the Pope, man? You saying the Pope is dead, but they're hiding it? Just like hold on. It's like they did with the Queen and claimed she gave permission for the Emma to become queen after her. Yeah, what's up with the Pope, man? Guys, we gotta check on the Pope, man. The Pope, they trying to say he dead, man. Then somebody said, no, he recovering and all that. But I don't like how they saying it. You know, they saying that, he's doing better and like let's see him then. Let's see him. They won't let us see him, man. Something wrong with the Pope. And what happened to the actor and his wife, yo? And they got the dog too. Something ain't right about that. Now, here's the first thing I thought about: carbon monoxide. Remember I told y'all to get a portable carbon monoxide detector? Max, they said the Zelensky crew begged to reset after this presser. It'll be okay for him. I mean, he can reset and come back to the negotiation table. But he's gonna have to listen to what they're saying, though. You said the dog was in the closet? Wait, hold on, man. Hold on. The dog was in the closet? Yo, so he got killed, man. Gene Hackman, somebody killed him, man. And why they want to mess around and kill with Gene Hackman? He's 90-something years old. You said there was no gas leaks? You said they confirmed it was no gas leaks and the bodies was mummified. Wait a minute. What you mean the bodies were mummified? You said they died in two different areas? No gas leak, Rachel? Yeah, somebody killed them. Somebody killed them. They've been dead for a minute. And they had the dog in the dead too. You said the wife, hands, and feet were mummified. Oh, it was dead for 9 days. Okay. So how did they all like? What are they saying? What happened to them? Somebody killed him, man. That's messed up. First, I thought when I first heard it, because I had been sick, I hadn't been live here, like talking about it, and they died of natural causes. How did they did a press? So they trying to say natural causes, and that's not what his daughter's saying. They saying it's foul play. It looks like it's foul play. I believe they said that. Oh, the carbon monoxide was negative in the house. Okay, because that's my first thought, carbon monoxide. But you said the other two dogs were okay. So see, the carbon monoxide would have killed all the dogs. Yeah, it's foul play. Somebody killed him. Had the dog in the closet. Damn, he probably was the bad dog. They put his ass in the closet. And he couldn't get out the closet. Damn, Lord have mercy. Yeah, it would be negative after 9 days. Right, Ryan. It could have been carbon monoxide, y'all. Could have been. But they also saying it's suspicious, though. Why they want to kill Gene? He like 95, man. Man, that's like my childhood, yo, Gene Hackman. And him, his wife died, and the dog in the closet, man. It's a cold ass world, man. You going after the dogs. It's some cold shit. Mm. It's some cold stuff, man. Going after the dogs, man. He was a good actor. He said coming back to the mainstream America masculinity. I'm just back. You wonder if he had intel? I don't know. Now, some of the names came out in that whole Epstein situation, but some of those names I had already heard already. But now they're saying that there's more going to come out at a later date. That's not all that's coming out. Because Trump name is on it. um, Eric name is on it. Eric Trump. Ivanka Trump. Um, Shit, Bill Cosby lived across the street from Epstein. I showed it on video. Well, he owns a property across the street. He didn't. I'm not saying he lived there, but he owns it. Yeah, that info had already been out for already, but they said they releasing more info at a later date. But all the names, like, we've heard already. You remember when Ghislaine Maxwell had her trial? That's when we heard those names. But there's more supposed to come out. And it's not really saying anything, really, like, because everything is redacted. I told you when stuff comes out to protect people, it's going to be redacted. Because you gotta protect the victims. So we're not going to see much. I knew that stuff was going to be redacted. As a matter of fact, let me see.
One of a trove of documents related to the investigation of Jeffrey Epstein and those close to him. But the Department of Justice also accused the FBI of hiding. Also know that he died in a Manhattan jail cell with his death ruled a suicide, although there's been a lot of people who have wondered whether that was actually the case. But here's the thing. This release that we actually did an emergency sidebar on last night intended to shed light on Epstein's extensive network and illicit activities, but instead it has sparked a lot of controversy. It has sparked a lot of speculation, more rumors, and in fact, I think the best way to explain it is raise more questions than answers. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig into what we know and what we don't know and maybe what we can expect. So what do we know? Newly appointed Attorney General Pam Bondi announced Wednesday night on Fox News that the Department of Justice would begin its document release the following day into the Epstein files, the Epstein case. And then what happened on Thursday? First thing, several conservative, maybe you want to call them right-wing influencers and activists, were seen outside the White House holding binders that said the Epstein files phase 1. But then there was a surprising twist when Pam Bondi released a statement, a letter actually, saying that a source within the FBI told her that agents were hiding documents related to Epstein. They didn't turn them over. And that the 200 pages Bondi had been given was really only a small piece of a much larger pile of documentation and evidence. So Pam Bondi releases a letter that she sent to Kash Patel, the new director of the FBI. And it said in part, quote, I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that we had received the full set of documents. Late yesterday, I learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated requests, the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. When you and I spoke yesterday, you were just as surprised as I was to learn this new information. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, February 28th, which is today, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office, including all records, documents, audio and video recordings, and materials related to Jeffrey Epstein and his clients, regardless of how such information was obtained. There will be no withholdings or limitations to my or your access. The Department of Justice will ensure that any public disclosure of these files will be done in a manner to protect the privacy of victims and in accordance with law, as I have done my entire career as a prosecutor. I am also directing you to conduct an immediate investigation into why my order to the FBI was not followed. You will deliver to me a comprehensive report of your findings and proposed personnel action within 14 days. So in other words, tell me why this happened, why my order wasn't followed, and I guess the question would be, is anybody going to get fired over this? Now, the release of classified information to the American people, that is reportedly a top priority, one of the top priorities of the current Donald Trump administration, with new documents related to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy Sr., Martin Luther King Jr. They are also expected to be made public. Maybe we'll cover those here on Sidebar as well. But so far, there is no word on whether the FBI met Pam Bondi's deadline. And look, as a matter of law, she is the Attorney General. The FBI essentially is under her purview. So there wouldn't really necessarily be a legal justification, just taking this as true, for FBI agents to not comply with a request from the Attorney General. Hey, I got to quickly call out today's sponsor that helped make this episode possible, Saily. Now, if you don't know what Saily is, it is an incredible eSIM service app. So I recently went on vacation to Italy, and Saily is something I could download on my phone because I use so much data while I was away. While everybody else is dealing with roaming fees and having issues with their cell data, you can use Saily as a hotspot to easily plan your activities, like what I did, which was eating pasta and eating pasta and eating more pasta. Now, with the Saily app, getting an eSIM really couldn't be simpler because you just buy a plan on the Saily app, you activate it, and once it's activated, you're good to go. You can use the internet wherever you go. Also, once the Saily eSIM is installed, there's no need to install a new one for each country. The same eSIM can use plans that are available in over 190 countries. So you just got to go to Saily.com/sidebar or click the link in the description or pinned in the comments to get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily data plans. Be sure to use our code sidebar checkout. That is Saily.com/sidebar. Promo code sidebar. I spoke with retired FBI agent Colin Schmidt yesterday, Thursday, before the official phase 1 release about Bondi's accusations against the agency and what evidence could still be forthcoming. Take a look.
If the Attorney General, who has been confirmed by the Senate, says, I need this, that the FBI would say no. That is immediate termination and possible prosecution for obstruction of justice. There's absolutely no reason to do that, number one. Number two, I'm a little frustrated because once again, the FBI may have, put themselves on the hot seat again inadvertently, and they knew this was coming. I think they should have obviously had everything prepared, had a list of things that were ready to go, and basically communicated with her office and say, okay, this is what we have. This is what we're prepared to release now. That's unredacted, because there is a process of redaction for all those victims. You can't put that out because you're going to put their lives at risk. So there's a lot to unpack here. And frankly, there is a lot of evidence. If it's not there, then that's a whole nother problem. And that's another spate of investigations on why it's not there, because they seized it. You can't give it back. The guy's dead. Who are you going to give it to? You got to have it. If you don't have it, that's a problem. I know the thoroughness of the FBI. If it's there, they would have gotten it unless it's buried in a hole and not a reasonable person would have been able to get to it. So it really comes down to the documents really aren't really going to show much. It's what it's really going to get into is the digital devices, the hard drives, possibly VHS tapes. Those are the things that purportedly were seized that need to be exploited to find out what's on these things. And then at that point, there needs to be a group of people to kind of catalog all of this and make sure Pam Bondi knows exactly what's in the custody of the United States government.
Now, FBI Director Kash Patel released a statement on X, formerly Twitter, saying the FBI is entering a new era, one that will be defined by integrity, accountability, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. There will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, and no stone left unturned. And anyone from the prior or current bureau who undermines this will be swiftly pursued. If there are gaps, we will find them. If records have been hidden, we will uncover them. And we will bring everything we find to the DOJ to be fully assessed and transparently disseminated to the American people as it should be. The oath we take is to the Constitution, and under my leadership, that promise will be upheld without compromise. Now, people on both sides of the political aisle have cried foul over the Epstein information that did come out Thursday night because we already knew a lot of it already. The information we got included more than 100 pages of flight logs, a contact or address book purportedly belonging to New York and the U.S. Virgin Islands. That is new. We hadn't seen that before. That's interesting. But the flight log details some of the passengers who flew with Epstein on the so-called Lolita Express, his private jet, between April 1991 and January 2006. And as noted at the top of the document, that log was a government exhibit. It was publicly released in the court case of United States v. Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell, of course, was convicted of child sex trafficking in 2021. She's currently serving a 20-year sentence in a Florida crime. This is not proof that they were complicit in any example, former President Bill Clinton. He was listed as a passenger multiple times in 2002 and 2003, apparently accompanied by Secret Service agents. The former president was also mentioned in a deposition transcript, by the way. We might remember that Johanna Schoberg, who says that she was trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, testified that she knew Epstein had, quote, dealings with Clinton, but didn't know they were friends until she read a Vanity Fair article talking about them taking trips to Africa together. She also said that Epstein told her that Clinton, quote, liked them young, obviously allegedly referring to young girls. But later in the deposition, Schoberg clarified that she never actually met Bill Clinton, never saw him on the island that Jeffrey Epstein owned, where many of the worst allegations against Epstein reportedly happened. Now, when some of those transcripts and other legal documents started coming out in 2019, a spokesperson for Clinton said, in part, President Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes.
I think it's, excuse me. I think it's going to be a fallout because, and you might say, well, why are they doing this? To protect themselves as well. I mean, this president don't had 2 attempts on his life. So it's protection. Yeah, it's going to get very interesting, Southern. It is. Because all of this stuff hasn't been released yet. And they saying that if something has been hidden, they're going to find it. So y'all need to let her know everything y'all have in y'all inventory. Yeah, he not playing, man. They shouldn't have had, when that attempt on his life, it made it worse. It made it worse, yo. So, like I said, it's going to be an interesting times here. We're already in interesting times. You know, it's hard. It's hard out here, man. It is. Very interesting times, man. I guess forums like this, we can at least talk about it. At least to share ideas. Maybe we can help each other somehow. You know, because maybe somebody might share an idea with you that might help you out or something. I don't know. Yeah, man, it's definitely a situation here. Situation going on. Man, I had been sick since yesterday. I don't think I went live yesterday. I don't think so. I was in bed for almost 2 days, man. Like, I'm talking about done. Done. You know how you just gotta lay in one spot? Like, I was just done, yo. He said he would not go quietly. No, not at all. So, but hopefully, like I said, Zelensky will change. You know, Zelensky, you know, he it was just the shock of the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because he was getting sunned in front of millions. So his vibrational change. He'll be willing to work. You said a lots of flu going around. I don't know if what it was. It's like my sinuses, and it gave me a headache, and it was bad, man. It was bad to the point where I couldn't eat. I had to just lay there. And finally today, like around noon, I was able to get up. Yeah, I was done. Like after the last live chat, I was done. I think I went live yesterday, or maybe not. I can't remember. I don't know if I did. I can't remember, but yeah, I was done. Done. You know, to the point where you can't even sleep. It hurts so bad. He said, don't get dehydrated. I think I was dehydrated, Southern. I was. I was dehydrated. I'm back hydrated now. I was dehydrated. Yep, I definitely was. So those people are all in together, they are married. People finance government. Right. It is all in together. So he got to be careful how he moves. Thank you, Monica, for the blessing. Thank you for the blessing. You said, no, I didn't go live. Yes. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I was in bed yesterday. All yesterday. No, not all. Let me see. I came home around like 12. As soon as I came, I hit the bed. That was it. I was in bed since 12 yesterday. And there was a lot of news going on. You said use a neti pot. I couldn't. I was too weak that I couldn't do it. I couldn't get up. It was bad. And there was a lot of news going on because people were sending me news, but I couldn't do nothing. He seemed a little bit better. Yeah, he seemed, it was just a little bit, just the shock of it, B lady. That's all. He still wants to help. So if he do want the war to be over, it is a lot of people dying. But he's not confident that Putin will want to be fair. But we'll see. No, Putin, he gonna have to be fair with these two sitting up in the White House. He gonna have to. Trying to, Southern Breeze. I was knocked out. You know how you wake up thinking it's gonna be better? It still wasn't better. I said, damn. Oh, the interview happened before this. Okay. Yeah, I was sitting there listening to people were sending me news. I could not talk about it. Oh, he probably did have trouble with a little bit of translation. He said, I didn't come to play cards. He speak good English to me. I don't know. You know, isn't Zelensky, isn't he a comedian? You know, he's a comedian or something like that. Or an actor, comedian, something like that. He said, you know, with the cards you're dealt, I guess he was thinking like, damn, they talking about playing cards. Yeah, he understood the vibration. Yeah, he understood it. Yeah, please, he understood it. He speaks perfectly good English. No, he understood. He just was shocked by it all because he'd been used to getting his way for the past 4 years. Actually, past 8 years, really. Yeah, he's like the Tom Hanks of the Ukraine. Right, he is. He was an actor. Yeah, he is like the Tom, like something. That's what he called himself. Okay, but he like actor turned president. Yeah, he was a teacher and ran for president and won. And it was one of Putin's favorite shows. Damn, and now they beefing with each other. Damn. That was one of Putin's favorite. And then they beefing. Yeah, he was hand checked. He said, he said, I allowed you to be a tough guy. He said, we allowed him. He said, we allowed you to be a tough guy. That was hard. Oh my God, that was hard, man. Yeah, Trump is a reality star and they have an actor. Oh my God. He said, we allowed you to be, remember he put his hand on his shoulder. Hold on. He said, we allowed you to be a tough guy. And Vance kind of started it. He did. He did kind of start. He got it popping. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you know, you're being disrespectful. You didn't even say thank you. You know, you're being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of got it. Trump was kind of there already, but Vance, like, okay, yeah, I'm with what Vance is doing, right? So he's like, yeah, you know, we allowed you to be a tough guy. When he said that, it was over. Yeah, he touched he touched his shoulder. The fuck? Like he touched it. Like, hold on. He like grabbed his shoulder. Like that's like, look, hold on now, hold on. You talking too tough now. Hold on. He said, we allowed you to be a tough guy. But without our help, that's not gonna happen. That was hard, man. Like, where did they get this guy from? The street? Where did they get him from, man? Somebody called him Trump, Marquavius. What they call? They call him Donald Marquavius Trump. Jaquavius. They get this dude from, man? Like talking like that. Yeah, he an OG for sure. And he trained in Vance. You see what I'm saying? He liked how Vance did that. Like Vance, like, hold on, you know, you disrespect, you know, the American. He see Trump like that, right? They said, okay, I like that, young bull. I like that. And then he just finished it off, said, we allowed you to be a tough guy. Like, guys, you don't. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's hard, man. The fuck. Yeah, but see, Vance, remember how when Vance said, let me say something, and Trump pointed at him? He said, okay, yeah. And Trump was listening to him. Yeah, that's my president right there. My vice president. Yeah, Trump training him. And you see how Vance was sitting there. No, when Biden was sitting there, you never seen Harris there. I don't know where she was. No, Vance there with him. He got his back. He there with him. And Vance ain't nothing but 40 years old. He young. You see what I'm saying? He got OG's back, man. I mean, listen, I haven't seen nothing that hard in a long time, man. We allowed you to be a tough guy? Oh my God. Oh man. Hey, listen, we don't call him the Donald for nothing. That's the Donald, man. I didn't realize it was that bad because people were sending it to me, but I was sick. I couldn't go live or nothing. You said, yeah, Vance wanted all the smoke. Vance really got it really popping. Because Zelensky was like, what? What did you say to me? Because he kind of sunned Vance a little bit. He was like getting at Vance, like kind of trying to sun him a little bit. And then, you know, like, yo, this young boy getting at me? Like, what? And then he said, yeah, you're not even, you went and talked to the ops or something. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. Yeah, it did. They did strong arm him, but he deserved it. We don't set up here and gave you $350 billion. He's right. We allowed you to be tough. We allowed you to be a tough guy. We gave you $350 billion to be a tough guy. But now that's not going to happen if you don't want to sit down and negotiate. Period. You said Vance has issues, but he's smart. That is the best political meeting I've ever witnessed. Man, I'm glad he put it out there. Because see, normally presidents don't do that. He said, I'm glad everybody could see this. That was real right there. Because it ain't going to be always perfect, you see? So you might as well put it out there. Then you got some people in the comments saying, oh, I stand with Ukraine and I'm so embarrassed. Those are bots. Come on, man. Those are bots, yo. Because it's so bad out here. Ain't nobody caring about like how he treated Zelensky. Because it's bad out here on this front. It's bad. It's dangerous out here right now. Ain't nobody worried about that, man. But they did send $350 billion to make an ex-TV personality rich / generational. Right, they gave him generational wealth, man. Meanwhile, people lost their homes in California. No, why don't? Okay, well then we're not giving you no more $350 billion. We're gonna give it to them to build their homes back. And North Carolina. That's why I say the world got to be a stage, man. It really does. This stuff just don't make sense. It doesn't. Doesn't make sense. And there's so many people dying in that war every week. Why not have a ceasefire? Because like Trump said, he's right. You can get a ceasefire before you get a deal. First, you need a ceasefire, then we can work on negotiations. First, let's just do a ceasefire to stop killing people. Let's just work there first. He didn't want to do that. He just want to come there, do a fake, whatever, and get the 300 million and be on his way. No, it ain't happening like that no more. Because if we don't help and take away the aid, he's for sure going to lose that country. Because then Putin is going to take over, yo. He's for sure going to lose it. For sure. Yeah, I heard about it, but they're going to Gitmo, though, Mother Bird. They're not going back to Mexico. That's what they told y'all. No, you're not sending the cartel back to Mexico. They're going to Gitmo. And they stand indefinitely. They're going to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. That's where they're going. Now, you don't send the cartel back. You said they showed him getting in his car. He's gone. Oh, man. Yeah, he didn't stay for lunch. He just left, got in his car and gone. Oh, yeah, they going to go to Gitmo. They'll go there first before they figure out what they're going to do with him. Yeah, they can prosecute him here, but they can send him to Gitmo first. That's where they're going to be staying. You said a Ukrainian politician gave his daughter an expensive car for her sweet 16. She drove around making it rain, but they need more money. His daughter? Or a Ukrainian, well, you said a Ukrainian politician. Yeah, those days are over, man. Those days are over. Yeah, those people, they didn't say on the news where they're going. They're going to Gitmo. You can't send the cartel back because they'll come back here. They got too much power. You got to send them to Gitmo. And not only that, you send them there indefinitely. Yeah, you send them there. And he already talked about doing that anyway. So, but what's going to happen is you already see the heir apparent to Trump. That's Vance. Vance is the heir apparent. They think alike, and he's training them. He's training them right now. This is school in session for him. I like that, how he sunned them. Like, wait a minute. You don't even say thank you. You didn't even, he said, yeah, I did thank you a minute. He said, no, you didn't. You didn't even say thank you. You guys, do you know how they sunned him? He said, man, you didn't even say thank you. Oh, Dr. Deb is way late. She talking about the Bush monitor. And she way back. Dr. Deb, you got to hit refresh. Yeah, they sending them to Gitmo. Obama sent them there too. See, what some people don't know is Obama sent 20 million people out of here. 20 million. Some of them are still in Gitmo right now. Did y'all know that? Some of them are still in Gitmo to this day. Gone. Now, you don't send the cartel back if you find them. But they keep multiplying. They're like roaches, man. They just keep multiplying. You never could get rid of them. Yeah. And all these people today supposed to be boycotting, all the stores and stuff. Give me a break. Give me a break, yo. You can't just boycott something for 24 hours. That ain't gonna hurt the company. You gotta boycott them for at least 2 to 3 years. And it gotta be a substantial amount of people doing it. Sitting up there boycotting for 24 hours, y'all stupid, man. For real. I mean, stupid about that. I got a funky looking quarter here. I have to keep this one. I was using this for my scratch off tickets. Yo, let me tell you, I was in the gas station. I'm like, nobody gonna believe this. This dude, this older dude, he's sitting up there scratching off a ticket, right? He hit for $20,000 right in there in front of my face. $20,000. And he was like, I get you guys ain't gonna have enough to cash this. And he showed the guy. The guy was like, oh my God. 20,000 right there. Oh, what did he mean by sheets? He's talking about blankets, but that's just like he's from New York, so we say sheets. You got sheets on the bed. Just like I remember one time he said something about a beauty parlor. That's their slang out there. Like we say beauty parlor. Like back when he was younger, say beauty parlor. You don't say go get your hair done. You go into the beauty parlor. So when he say sheets, he meant blankets. He said Obama gave y'all blankets, sheets. Yeah, they can only do up to like 600 or something like that. But this guy won 20,000. I think out of the 20,000, once they take the tax out, I think you bring home like 16,000. They give you a check for 16,000. Oh, 12,000. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yep. He had to hit a $20,000 ticket. And check this out. He said he do it all the time. It's not the first time. He had one of those 5X tickets. It wasn't an expensive ticket. I win scratch offs all the time, but I don't win nothing big. I just win my money back. Like I got 2 tickets here I won on, but it ain't nothing. $1 here, $2 there. I was at the gas station the other day, and he just won 20,000 right in front of my face. He scratched it off. He said, "Oh," he said, "I bet." He said to the guy, "I bet you can't cash this in here." He said, "Oh, you won?" He said, "Yeah, I won 20,000." I haven't played poker in a while. I used to play in the casinos, but I don't play anymore. The 5X ticket, it says 5X on it. You went up to 5X. And then he said he won 20,000 in Wawa one time. You know, they got the little machines in there that you could buy the tickets from. He won from that. He's won multiple times. Oh, I didn't even get to Lil Baby situation yet, but the cop that is accusing Lil Baby, he's a former child actor. Y'all know that? Nickelodeon. The cop is. That's the cop is the cop that's accusing Lil Baby is a child actor. Used to be on Nickelodeon back in the day. I don't win. I don't usually win playing poker though. You win? Do you win any money? I got in a tournament one time, and I placed in the money. I only placed this was online. I think I won like $50 or something like that. He said why he can't shop. He said they are boycotting Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy. Yeah, they talking about because of the they getting away with the DH something. I forget what it was. Yeah, $2 ticket. It happened out here too. Another guy hit for like 50,000. It happens all the time. And then they'll put the ticket up in the store, or the guy that sold the ticket, because the store get a little money off of it. And then there was a guy in the gas station down the street. He won $1 million. They don't know which guy it was because he went down to the office to cash it out, but the store got money for it. They think the ticket was sold like around midnight because they said it was a younger guy that came in like around midnight and he walked in there. They said it looked like he'd been walking all night. I think he was the one that won. Yep, on a scratch off. Because the guy said he know now, he think he knows who it is. He said it was a young guy. He was like, he was worried about him because he was walking that time of the night. And he bought 10 tickets, and one of the tickets was the ones that hit. He bought 10 of them. He just walked off. And he elected not to show his face when he went down to the office. So and he said that he bought the ticket late night. So they think they know who it is. And I said, "Did you see the guy again?" He said, no, never seen him again. You said you wouldn't even tell anybody you won 20,000. Oh nah, yeah. But you can't cash it out in the store though. Oh yeah, they'll rob you for the ticket. No, you can't say anything. That's something that you just gotta take down to the lottery spot. But they said he's because I was like, do you know who the guy was? He said, yeah, I think so. He said it was a guy that walked in and he bought 10 tickets. It was 10 of the $10 tickets. He spent $100. He spent $100 on tickets and won $1 million. There was a guy masked up collecting his money. I remember that. But no, you could tell him that you don't want to be on the news. You could just tell him that. Because if I wear a mask, people still know it's me though. Unless I get one of those full face masks. Like, cause if I start talking, people know it's me. Like, man, that's Max, man. What the fuck? Shoot, Max vibration will change. Next thing you know, I'll be like a correspondent outside of the courtroom. Like I'm Law and Crime Network and shit. I've had so much time on my hand. Guys, I'm out here right now. Well, how about tomorrow? I just take a tour of all Diddy properties. How about you? Would y'all like me to do that? Let me just go take a flight. You guys like, what? Then y'all gonna know something is up. Like, yo, nah, he came into some money somehow. He came into guys, would you like me to just go to Star Island tomorrow? Yeah, I could just drive down. You guys will know then. Like something is up with him. You guys will be like, but something is up. You know what I would buy? You know what I would buy? I would convert a van into like a house. Like so I could just travel and live in a van. I would do something like that. I'll get me one built real quick. Or get me one of those what do you call those things? Those coaches or whatever you call them. And I'll just travel the country. I just do it like that. But not a van, like I don't know, maybe one of those. But yeah, he won straight up on a scratch off ticket, man. He did. Yep, he came right in there and won. That was crazy. Yeah, RV, an RV. Anyway, guys, let me get on out of here. I'll probably be back later. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be back later, man. But I will catch you guys. If it's later, it's gonna be like a late night chat. Like 1 a.m. chat or something like that. 1 a.m. East Coast, which will be like 11 West Coast time. It might be one of those chats, but I don't know. I need to take myself to sleep, man, and get some rest. But I gotta get out of here. But I'll catch you guys later. But then wasn't that crazy though with Trump? That was crazy. Damn, I didn't know it was that good. Yeah, Zelensky walked right on out of there too. He ain't want to stay for lunch. Let me go. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. Yeah, he gangster. All right, y'all.